My name's Jason, I work for TFL. I'm 25, born in Northwest, moved to East, moved to North. Yeah, this is where I'm at now. I work for London Overground, which is a new Olympic line. I'm a customer host on that. So my duties are just based around customers, generally. Then London's culturally is mixed. You see what I'm saying? Like I'll say the youth them that are born here, like second generation born here, whatever. I mean, they ain't got no guidance. You see what I'm saying? Like they ain't really got no knowledge of themselves. I'll say youths that have come from abroad tend to be more grounded, more focused into where they're heading in life. And that's about that, really. I mean, it depends, because obviously, like, from first glimpse, they might not know my background, you check, so, but from when they hear me, there's respect there, but obviously you have the tendencies of youth that, as I said, like, I don't know whether they're smoking crack or what, but no guidance, lack of knowledge of themselves. You get me? Just, they're angry inside for some reason. I don't know what it is. You get me? That's what I encounter. And mostly it's on black youth, if I should say mostly. It's around black youth that were born here, not necessarily youths that were brought from whether Africa, Jamaica, or whatever. It's usually youths that are born here. Because they ain't got nothing to associate themselves with culturally, like, they ain't got nothing to look up to. Like, you gotta know, in England, we haven't got a big black culture. And 9 out of 10 times, black culture is attached to negativity. You see what I'm saying? Whether it be the music scene, where obviously, if you look at America, I think America's got a wider range of black music. Some positive, you get me? Some might be R&B, love thing, girl thing, or you got the gangster rappers or whatever. But I think they've got a balance. In the UK, I think most of the black music that we're on is hype music, see what I'm saying? Road music. And other than that, we ain't really got art. We don't promote artists that are basically speaking sense, like Kalashnikov, them kind of man there, you see what I'm saying? So I'll say that's why, as I said, we don't have black culture in England. No, I don't see it anyway. You get me? The only black man that I know that up there is Trevor McDonald. You get me? And he don't seem black to me, that to say I feel he's washed. I think in this case here, it's got nothing to do with, it's got more to do with parents. It's got nothing to do with society really no more, because it's not on society to build a culture for you. It's on your parents to be able to show you who you are, where you're from a young age. You see what I'm saying? So if the parents ain't really doing that, that's why the youth are out there doing their own thing. Like I've seen mothers trying to fight for their children because they're traveling without fear. You get me? Or cussing up the gate line stuff and all of them things. Oh, let them go, whatever. You get me? They're not teaching their youth them how to move out here. So the youth them don't know how to act when they're out here. Simple as. Yeah, when we was growing up, we had a little bit more respect for elders. We wasn't really on the road thing that hard. I mean, like, we was out there doing our thing or whatever, but it wasn't no stabbing, shooting business. We was just out there as kids. Getting, you have a couple girls in your crew, you're rolling around, whatever. Man, them go link girls or yeah. But nowadays, you them just hang around in 5, 10s, 15s doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? Just terrorizing up the place. You get me? And funny enough, like, there's a sense of cowardness in that, because that you by himself ain't on nothing. You see what I'm saying? By himself ain't on nothing. By himself is the quietest you out there on the road. But once they get into this little group thing here, it's like that's where it's like it's like a sense of protection. You get me? Like without that, they're nothing. So when they get into their group, they feel like they're something. And as I said, that's the lack of culture that they got. That the only thing that you can identify yourself with is a group of youths, nothing else. And unfortunately that group of youths has got no positivity to it. I do see a lot of positive youths out here. You get me? I do see a lot of youths that are on things. But I think at the moment it's a minority of the youths that are doing good things. Or maybe the ones that I come across. As I said, like, these youths don't need to know where they're coming from. I can't stress that enough. They need to know where they're coming from and who they are as black youths. I don't mean just to point out black youths, but that's who I encounter from a day to day. You see what I'm saying? And that's about, there is youths that are doing a lot of positive things out here. Don't get it twisted, for real. If I was to give you an example of my own life, innit? It's like a kid needs a foundation, and I think something that's become so common nowadays is single parent homes. Like, I never saw my mother when I was growing up, you see what I'm saying? But I think back then we had a bit more balance in our culture, where right now it's more road than anything. So would I say that they don't have it? Well, the youth doesn't know where to get that kind of outlet from. I don't know, because I wouldn't know where it is neither. You see what I'm saying? How can a youth go out there? That's why I said it has to be at home. It can't be out here. You can't send your youth out here just to find something by himself. It's got to be at home. You dig what I'm saying? So I can't say, yeah, there's this company out there or something that's going to teach you about yourself. Nah, the parent has to do that. It's not into society to do that. So about a couple months ago, when I was chilling outside with a couple of Asian men that I work with, and we was having discussions on basically race and yeah, black people, Asian people, whatever. And then there was one youth, and there was one youth that was walking past, tracksuit, whatever, not shaving, whatever. You would think he was a road youth, judging from the cover. You see what I'm saying? How he was portraying himself. But the youth kind of stopped. He must have been, what, 19, and got involved in the discussion. You get me? At them time that I saw he had a book, Tupac book, biography. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of shocked me. You see what I'm saying? To say that, raw, that youth's actually thinking on that level. You dig what I'm saying? And we stood there for about 2 hours just discussing generally the black culture, black race. You see what I'm saying? And how we can get out of this slump that we're in. You get me? And as I said, I think the answer is knowledge yourself. The worst experience I've had was probably when I was working up in Dalston, and a couple of youths, about 4 youths, came running up into the station. I was like begging me, like, yo, let us through. Some people was after us. So I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. So I let them through. They came out. I let them through, and then it was downstairs for about a minute. I thought they jumped on the train. The train came through, people came out. They came back upstairs. I was like, raw, how come you never got on the train? And they was like, nah, allow that boss, we're cool. I was like, whatever. So they jumped back out. But as soon as they jumped back out, it was just like a bag of other youths just whoom, swarmed them, you get me? I think there was about 3 or 4 of them, you get me? And broad daylight as well, you get me? Bunch of black youths just scuffing it out on the road, and there wasn't no fatal stabbing at that, but a youth did get stabbed. You see what I'm saying? Get knowledge yourself. Know who you are. See what I'm saying? Cause to come out here in the world, yo, the road's got an expiry date. You'd be lucky enough to make it out alive or without a criminal record. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying you can't be 30 and still on the road. You see what I'm saying? And not a lot of people make money, the money that these them think that people are making on the road. You see what I'm saying? So know yourself. You don't have to attach yourself to something. You get me? You're an individual. So do you. That's it.